This is Reading Explained, where each week I give you the missing context clues to help you better understand the readings that you hear at Mass on Sunday. This Sunday is the third Sunday in Ordinary Time, and the first reading that you'll hear is from the book of the prophet Jonah. I think it's a really interesting story as is, but it's more interesting if you have the background information. So we all know the story of Jonah and the whale, right? However, Jonah only finds himself in the stomach of a whale because of his attempts to avoid going to send this message to the people of Nineveh that God wanted him to send. Why didn't Jonah want to go send this message of God to the people of Nineveh? Because Jonah hated the people of Nineveh. Nineveh was the capital city in the Assyrian Empire, which had just destroyed the northern kingdom of Israel, killing a ton of people and then exiling anybody that survived. So naturally, Jonah wasn't really eager to go help the Ninevites out, knowing that they were responsible for that. However, after he makes his way out of the whale, then God calls to him again to go send this message of warning to the people of Nineveh, saying, you have to change your ways. You have 40 days to do so. Otherwise, God's going to have to destroy you. So Jonah agrees, and he goes, and he doesn't do his best work. He does the bare minimum. He doesn't even get halfway through the city, and he starts to say, hey, 40 days, and then God will destroy you. But thankfully, that's all it took. The people of Nineveh had a really high faith in God, and they believed him. So they immediately started to repent, and they started fasting to prove how serious they were. They put on sackcloth to humble themselves. And at the end of the 40-day period, God looked and said, you know what? You did a really good job repenting. I don't have to destroy you now. And he did not. So what do we take from that? Well, it tells us one very important thing. Any prophetic messages that you hear, not only from Jonah, but from any prophets, that might sound like doom and gloom, aren't necessarily the final word. What it is saying, hey, this is what will happen if nothing changes. But the whole point of the prophetic message is to give the opportunity to repent and give the opportunity to change. So hopefully that helps you better understand the reading. Here's what you'll hear on Sunday. A reading from a book of the prophet Jonah. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, saying, set out for the great city of Nineveh and announce to it the message that I will tell you. So Jonah made ready and went to Nineveh according to the Lord's bidding. Now Nineveh was an enormously large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began his journey through the city and had gone but a single day's walk, announcing, 40 days more and Nineveh shall be destroyed. When the people of Nineveh believed God, they proclaimed a fast, and all of them, great and small, put on sackcloth. When God saw by their actions how they turned from their evil way, he repented of the evil that he had threatened to do to them. He did not carry it out. The word of the Lord. So hopefully you found this video to be helpful. If so, please send it to someone who may also find it to be helpful. And don't forget to come back next week as we break down one of the readings from the fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time. I will see you then.